Welcome to Mr. Gossip. I am Sarah, your ultimate destination for Young and the Restless drama. The Young and the Restless spoilers Wednesday, July 1st. Billy's wrecking ball hits Sally's company. Wednesday, July 1st, reveal that Billy Abbott Jason Thompson will prove he still knows how to go off the rails and do serious damage. Kane Ashby Billy Flynn will also deliver a special request to Lily Winters Crystal Khalil. So let's discuss what's coming up in Genoa City. Now that Jill Abbott Lauren Koslow is back in town and fighting with Billy, Kane is feeling caught in the middle of the feud. After Kane's suggestion about making Billy a Chancellor employee on Tuesday, he'll push Lily to seriously consider it in Wednesday's episode. Kane will make a plea to Lily, so she may give her official approval on the job offer, though she'll continue to believe Billy is too stubborn to accept some position to placate him. Meanwhile, Billy will spin out of control and do something that'll prove detrimental to Spectre Charles Media. Y&R fans can expect Billy to take a wrecking ball to Sally Spectra's Courtney Hope company, so she'll be upset over whatever terrible news is brewing. Over with Jack Abbott Peter Bergman, he'll know it's important to be careful when it comes to dealing with Patty Williams, Stacey Hayduk. Jack will decide he needs to trap Patty somehow, so he'll lure her into a setup and hope it gets him a step closer to saving Diane Jenkins Abbott Susan Walters from Dr. Lawrence Markham's Jerry Burns' lair. Patty is awfully sneaky and knows how to set traps of her own. That's why the game Jack and Patty are playing will come with more twists and turns before the week's over. Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, will remain a key player when it comes to plotting Diane's rescue. The Young and the Restless spoilers Tuesday, June 30th. Diane's risky deception, Patty strikes and Jill pushes peace. Diane's daring escape plan takes a dangerous turn. Patty makes another bold move. Kyle fears the worst, and Jill fights to reunite her fractured family. Let's start off with Kyle Abbott Michael Mealer. Kyle thinks he has a foolproof plan in the quest to rescue Diane. Kyle doesn't get the update that he's hoping for. So, the young man will start to worry that something went terribly wrong with Jack Abbott Peter Bergman. Of course, fans know that Patty overheard Jack and Kyle's conversation. Then, Patty ended up alerting the devious doctor. Spoilers for Tuesday, June 30th reveal that Diane will continue trying to escape. Getting angry and issuing demands didn't work. Then Diane started acting like she was ready for treatment from the oh-so-talented psychiatrist. In reality, the woman is trying to earn his trust while also collecting a little supply of sedatives. Diane suggested to Dr. Markham that she was developing an attachment to him. Interestingly enough, the doctor didn't seem concerned or yucked out at all. Instead, he seemed to like that. So, Diane's plan could end up going all wrong if she isn't very careful. As for Jill Abbott, temporarily played by Lauren Koslow, she will try to smooth things over with Billy Abbott Jason Thompson. At the same time, Billy keeps demanding to know why he has never been good enough for his mother. Jill might remind Billy that she loves him as he is her son. However, love and business don't always go well together. It must have been really insulting to sell the company to Victor with such agony, only to have him hand it to someone else. The Young and the Restless Tuesday, June 30th recap. Dr. Markham threatens to lock Patty back up. Traci the Strangler. Tuesday, June 30th. Reveals that Dr. Lawrence Markham, Jerry Burns, will play hardball with Patty Williams, Stacey Hayduk, while Traci Abbott, Beth Maitland, admits to having some disturbing dreams. At the GCAC, Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, will finally leave to give Jill Abbott, Lauren Koslow, and Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, a chance to discuss all their drama. Once Kane heads to Crimson Lights and fills Lily Winters' Crystal Khalil in on Jill's visit, he'll feel a bit guilty over Billy's issues with him. Kane will suggest offering Kane a position at Chancellor, but Lily won't think it's a good idea and will doubt that he would take it anyway. Kane will stand his ground on trying to get Billy on board. So Lily will see that it's important to him. Back with Billy, he'll suggest part of him still wants to believe there's some rational reason that Jill sold him out to Victor Newman, Eric Braden, instead of just having no faith in him. Jill will confess to being the mysterious benefactor behind Abbott Communications as a way to prove she does have faith. Billy will admit Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, already told him, and will suspect maybe Jill was just throwing him a bone. Jill will assume Billy thinks Kane is her favorite, and that she views Billy as a failure. That's why Jill will be willing to sit there until her last breath to convince Billy that's not the case, but he'll admit that's what he's worried about. Billy will have concerns about Jill's health if they truly hash this out, but Jill will plead for an opportunity to just talk mother to son. At Society, Kyle Abbott, Michael Mueller will get confirmation that Traci hasn't seen or heard from Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, today, so he'll confess that Jack may be in trouble. After Kyle explains how he followed Dr. Markham back to his residence, he'll also talk about the plot he cooked up with Jack to distract the doc. The goal was for Jack to break in Dr. Markham's house and search for Diane Jenkins Abbott, Susan Walters, but Kyle won't have heard from his dad yet. Kyle will also point out that Dr. Markham called back to cancel their meeting and invited him to come back to his house with the police along with a search warrant. That'll lead to speculation that Patty must have changed Dr. Markham's course of action. After Traci realizes Jack could be walking straight into a trap, she'll think they should head over to Dr. Markham's place. Kyle will convince Traci that they have to hold off for a bit and be smart about this. Traci will also reflect on how much she wants to strangle Patty until there's no life in her body for what she did to Colleen Abbott, Tammin Sursock. Once Traci admits she dreams about it and that she can never finish the job, she'll wonder if that makes her a coward. Kyle will suggest that makes Traci human instead and will insist she's not like Patty. At Dr. Markham's house, Patty will talk about her intrusive thoughts and mess with Dr. Markham by suggesting she's a danger to others. Dr. Markham won't want to play shrink with Patty as they bicker about her scheme. Dr. Markham will admit the bond between Jack and Diane is stronger than they anticipated, but he'll insist he's making progress with his new patient, unlike Patty since she's getting nowhere with Jack. Patty will argue that her Jack reunion is happening, and this is the hill she's dying on. So she'll plan to take everyone down with her if she doesn't get what she wants. Since Patty's rehabilitation claims were exaggerated, Dr. Markham will hint that he could change his recommendation and have her locked up again. Patty won't like being threatened, but Dr. Markham will argue that he doesn't like it either, though he'll ultimately stick with their deal. When Diane comes up from the basement gym, Dr. Markham will hustle Patty out the door. Diane will question who Dr. Markham was talking to, so he'll lie about being on a phone call about ordering her sedatives. After Diane declares that she needs to move on from Jack, she'll act like she's getting attached to her therapist and get Dr. Markham to admit it can be a good thing. Diane will ask if they could have dinner together tonight and will offer to cook, so Dr. Markham will admit he'd like that very much. At the Abbott Mansion on Tuesday's Y&R episode, Patty will gaze angrily at a framed photo of Jack and Diane. Although Diane can have her memories of Jack, Patty will insist Jack is her man now and will contend that the Abbott Mansion is hers, too. Thanks for watching, Mr. Gossip. If you enjoyed the drama, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. More shocking secrets, more emotional twists coming your way. Stay tuned, because the drama never ends.